The stress associated with separation and divorce is akin to the stress associated with death, that kind of grief and bereavement. It's a great loss, it's a deep loss, and mediation is a place where you can acknowledge that.
Mediation is a voluntary process. Two people who have a dispute in the context of families get together with a third party who's a neutral. Both parties have to agree to start it. They start it at the same time, and they give to it the amount of time they think they need, with the mediator's help.
A mediator is an independent, neutral third party who really assists parties to have the conversation about the issues that they need to resolve.
The whole idea is to help the parties negotiate and hopefully resolve their issues with that help.
As a mediator, I feel that I'm able to provide people with a much better experience than they might have if they were going through the court process instead.
The difference with mediation is the parties who agree to go there, they're already saying, I want to get to a solution. There is a problem, there's a genuine problem, I want to solve it. Whereas when you go into court, unfortunately, the way court is, it's adversarial. Parties have to say things about other people, unfortunately, or feel they do. And so you get sidetracked into details that really are not going to influence the outcome.
Court can be a bit about rehashing the past. Mediation is a place where we look forward. It's about moving forward. You're transitioning to a new reality, and mediation is a place where you can start to lay the framework for that future communication, and where you can preserve your relationship.
The ones that are most difficult are the ones involving children, and you can see the stress in the body language of the people who come. I mean, it's understandable. Why wouldn't you be?
The best interests of the children dictate almost everything in family law. They're always priority. We try to keep the children's interests on the table at all times. The greatest gift you can give your kids in a separation is the ability to be in a room with them in the future, in a room for their graduation, in a room for their marriage. This takes the stress off the children, which is really putting their best interests front and foremost.
Mediation is a confidential process. It does allow the parties to talk about things that they might not want coming out in a public setting, going through the court process. When you go to court, you're giving all of your power and control over to a judge. The judge has to apply the law like a cookie cutter to everybody. Mediation allows for the opportunity to think outside the box, to get creative with solutions. So in mediation, you keep control of the process, you keep control of the outcome.
I'll sometimes use the analogy of a boardroom. You have invested in this entity. Both of you have invested years in this entity. You have this incredible product, perhaps of children. Maybe there's businesses, and now is a time to dissolve that and take your interest out of it, take your investments out of that. And so we're at a table, a boardroom table, where you are respectfully in a meeting about dissolving these investments, and I'm chairing that meeting as the mediator.
I would recommend, if you have access to a lawyer, to sit down, because mediators don't act as lawyers, even if they are lawyers, they're neutrals. But if you have a lawyer that you would trust for advice, you go in and you discuss whatever's important to you, tell the person you're going into a mediation, and you want to know what are your range of entitlements, or what are the options that might be available.
Court is inherently a stressful process. Mediation is about the future of the family. Mediation is what we call a relational process. It invests in the future of relationships.